All right. Good morning, everyone. Brad Roltkin here with the Fresno Bitcoin and Cryptocurrency Investors Meetup Group. We're recording this one for some folks that couldn't make it with us today. And just a quick reminder, this is not financial advice. We're just kind of sharing ideas, talking about our experiences, that kind of thing. But talking today about trying to make some money with cryptos. The past year and a half, we've been trying to get people on, into the crypto world as far as setting up a wallet, getting on an exchange, maybe transferring a few coins, buying, maybe something with a crypto credit card or debit card. And now it seems like more and more people are interested in actually making some money with the funds that they have in the crypto world. So that's kind of what we're going to talk about today. Feel free to jump in and ask any questions. You guys can throw things in that chat window if there's any questions there. Let me make sure I can see the chat window when I'm sharing. Here we go. Get this window in the right spot. All right. Yeah. All right. So first of all, the staking. This is kind of a little bit newer of an idea compared to mining cryptos. But staking is basically just a process by which crypto investors stake or lock up their coins as collateral in order to help secure the blockchain networks, periodically validating transactions. So you can kind of think of this like a savings account where it's not real sexy. You just put your coins in a particular wallet. Sometimes you have to put it in the wallet, the official wallet of that coin, and then they'll stake automatically. There's also some other exchanges that will stake some of the coins. We'll talk about that in a second. But the process from our end is just putting the coins away, and then we earn a little bit of returns over time for keeping them there and not spending them or trading them, that kind of thing. So that's what staking is all about. And come on here, next screen, there we go. And so they also refer to it as proof of stake, and they use that asset as its transaction validation mechanism. And so this is the opposite of kind of what we started with, which was the proof of work. And that's kind of what some of us have done as well, mining Bitcoin, mining Ethereum, Monero, some of the other coins like that. So instead of having to tie up computers, and a lot of electricity use, quote unquote, mining the coins, the way they validate the transaction is through that staking process, and by each of us keeping coins in a wallet for that staking process, then we gain the rewards that under the proof of work concept would normally go to the miners. So it's kind of the opposite take that the proof of work has been around, for about 10 years since Bitcoin came out. So kind of a newer idea, but a less energy intensive one as far as that goes. These are some of the proof of stake coins. Tezos has been one of the popular ones, and I've got the symbol there, and they're roughly the annual returns that you can earn on those coins for just keeping them in a specific wallet. So we got Tezos, Dash, Tron, Neo, and Cosmos. Cosmos is a newer one. I don't know as much about that. Tezos, if you guys have been around for a while, they kind of they were a splash on the scene, and then there was some infighting among the folks that started the coin, and things were tied up in court for a while, and then they got that figured out. And so I think a lot of people are expecting big things out of them. Dash has kind of been a quiet coin. Lately, it seems like they were making some big noise back in 17, 18. I haven't heard about as much about what they're doing lately there, but definitely keep an eye on the two of those. I put a note here. You can use the exodus.io as a website for the Exodus wallet, and we'll allow you to stake any of these coins, and I'm sure other ones as they're added. The Exodus wallet is one that I use for a number of coins because I can use that and control my private keys. So I'm in control of those coins. And that wallet probably supports 150 coins, maybe even more. And I've been using it for probably about 4 years on the computer. And then recently, they added an app for your phone, and you can actually tie into the same account from your phone as well. So I've liked that. I know there's a lot of wallets out there that are just apps, and they don't have anything on the computer, but I like this one because you can kind of use it both ways and access those coins even if your phone falls in a swimming pool or that kind of a thing. That's always the concern with having these wallets on the mobile devices. For some more info on the different staking coins, you can go to stakingrewards.com, and that site just tracks the proof of stake coins.
Is Exodus just a wallet, or is that a trading platform too?
It's just a wallet. They're tied in with some trading functions. If you want to just switch, if you have Bitcoin and you want to switch that to Tezos, you can do that from within the wallet, but it's not a trading platform, for trading, like Bittrex, Binance, those kinds of things. But you can exchange your coins. I wouldn't use it to, try to day trade or, trade back and forth, that kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah, I know different platforms offer different staking rewards, so everyone has their own kind of thing. So we're going to look into different ones for different places.
Yeah, and it gets complicated because the coins, in technical, I'm not sure how that works as far as what the wallets have to do to support the coins. But I know there's some that, if it's in wallet A, you'll get the rewards, but if it's in wallet B, you don't get the rewards. So you want to make sure you have it in the wallet or exchange that will pay you the rewards, type of thing on that. Okay, yeah. Have you guys had any other experience with these coins or any other staking coins?
I personally have been staking the newer coin that just came out like about a month ago called Polkadot, and that's through the Kraken trading platform.
Okay.
And that one's a 12% staking reward, so it's really high.
Nice.
And the coin itself has done pretty good. It started out at about $3 per coin, and it got all the way up to about 6.5, and now it's closer to like 4.5, 5. But it's still, almost doubled since it's started, and it's doing the high staking rewards. Yeah. But I'm not sure if it's doing it through any other platform. It might just be a Kraken only kind of deal.
Yeah, that's where it gets complicated. And so how often do they pay out the rewards? Is it, just like
it's twice a week. They, break it down so it compounds faster. The more often they pay, the faster it compounds.
Right.
Which is nice.
Right. Then, you're getting smaller amounts, but they're happening quicker. That's I like that too.
Yeah, another one I saw just recently, I talked to you a little bit about is crypto.com. They have their own coin. It's like a crypto.com coin.
Right.
And they really kind of try to incentivize you to use that. They have, I think it's like crazy, like 18% staking reward on that. And then they also pay you a lot of rewards through that. They have like a debit card where you can earn, a bunch of their coin. Like you get like 5% back on their coin on everything you spend. And if you have like Netflix or other things, they'll pay you back 100% back in their coin on that. So there's other ways you can kind of cash in on that.
Yeah, with the amount of that they're doing, it almost makes me wonder what they're, it's like they're offering a lot of money, and why are they doing that? How are they doing that kind of thing?
Yeah, well, I looked at the history of their coin. It's a pretty low value coin, but it is still kind of going up and down with the market. So, it's a little bit scary at first, but I think I might try to move like a little bit of money in there just to kind of cash in on that staking reward. Just, why not earn that extra money,
Yeah. And then the thing I worry about is if you can control the private keys, or are you at the mercy of that exchange? That's always what I'm nervous about. Because I mean, the world could blow up tomorrow, and we could rebuild the world in 2 weeks, put these things back online, and as long as we have our private keys, we're good. As long as that blockchain is still there. But if the crypto.com company goes away or Coinbase goes away and they were holding our coins, we're stuck, kind of thing. So just that's one to keep in mind. Let's see the next slide
Okay.
here, talking about so the exchanges, and I had that crypto.com
Yeah.
on there, and so that one, it looks like they're doing some non-staking coins as well. And I know the Celsius network is big on that. So you can stake, Bitcoin and Ethereum and that kind of thing. But then you got to wonder, well, if they're not getting the rewards back from Bitcoin, where are they getting them from? And the Celsius network is doing it by loaning out the cryptos. And so they also offer loans to their users as well, but that's how they're making the money. And I think they're supposed to be paying back about 70% of the income back to their members or coin holders, that kind of thing. So that's how the Celsius network is doing it. KuCoin, I've had an account with them for years. I don't know. I think I ended up getting some little altcoin, and KuCoin was the only one that was handling it back then. And I don't even remember what coin it was, but I was researching on the staking, and they actually came up, and they have a wide range of coins that they support. So that may be one to look at as well. Coinbase, I know Gloria has used that to stake Tezos. Gloria, can you unmute and tell us how that's gone, or any pluses or minuses?
I just let it go. It's gone for a couple months now, and the pennies are adding up. And I got it really cheap, so it's worth a lot more than I got it for. So, and I leave that in Coinbase and just let it run. That's the only coin I've really left in Coinbase. The others I've put in Ledger and
Right.
also in Bittrex.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
so we'll just see how it does. It's kind of fun to see that those pennies add up. We don't know where this is going, but at least I'm in the game, and I'm happy about that.
Good. And do you know how often they pay out? Like David was mentioning, the other one paid out twice a month. Do you know how often you
Oh,
get?
this is a lot more than that. Sometimes every day. I
Oh,
really
wow.
just let it run. I'm terrible like that. I
I
have
I think it's once a week for Tezos. I could be wrong though.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I mean, that's a reasonable amount of time. I mean, every day gets. I know I've got, what is it, Theta in something like this, and they pay out every day, and it's just like a fraction in Theta fuel, but it's better than waiting a year, kind of thing. It's nice to see it add up quickly. So the exchanges end up using the coins for loans or trading themselves, and the staking sometimes is a fixed term. I think, isn't crypto that way, where if you commit to a certain time, like a month or 3 months, then they give you a certain return. But if the longer you do, the higher you get, kind of like a CD, like I mentioned there. You remember seeing that, David?
I can't remember if there's some kind of like time trigger that gives you extra rewards, but that sounds like something that could be possible. I think there's certain thresholds for the crypto is pretty low. I think it's like once you're in for like $150, and it triggers the 18%. I could be wrong. I just kind of read it briefly.
Yeah.
But I think my favorite thing about staking is it's just a click of a button. Okay, now I'm staking, and then you click it again, and okay, bam, I'm not staking anymore. It's not like a CD where you're stuck for like 6 months, a year, 3 years, whatever. And then the interest rates are literally zero right now for bank savings. So the CDs are worthless. You know what I mean? So the staking is giving you way higher returns than a traditional bank, as long as that coin, even if it stays flat, it fluctuates up and down. if it stays flat, just the reward itself is crushing any kind of bank savings rate you're getting right now.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, I know there's some that were if you committed to a certain month length of time, then they gave you a little better rate. But I know on that the one I'm doing with Theta, if I want to get out, I can get out anytime, but it takes like 48 hours to make the funds back available so I can transfer them out, kind of thing. So that's kind of a cross between. Andy, any other ones you've worked with on the staking?
As far as staking, no, I'm not a staker. I definitely like to just trade.
Is trade. Okay. All right.
Yeah. 18% is not, it doesn't excite me.
Okay. I like the way you think. All right. All right. Let's talk about trading here.
Brad,
yeah,
Gloria,
go ahead, Gloria.
I'm on Coinbase and checking it. Tezos is paying out every 3 days.
Every 3 days. Okay.
It's everywhere from 6 cents to 10 cents a day.
Yeah, that obviously depends on how many you have and that kind of thing. So yeah, but at least they're getting something,
Yeah.
consistently, as opposed to some of these other things you put in. You're like, well, in 3 months, hopefully I've made something or gained something. So that's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, let's talk about trading cryptos a little bit. Different ways to do that. So there's the first way is manually. You can just go on an exchange, enter an order, a market order, a limit order, and trade, just like probably a lot of us or some of us have done, in the stock market before. Then kind of taking the next step up there is trading using a bot, which is some kind of software application, some kind of coding little guy that basically interfaces with the exchanges to buy and sell on your behalf, either with your direction, or there's some of them, like this Crypto Hopper seems to be one of the bigger ones, that you pay a fee per month to them to use the bot, and then you can get these trading signals from other traders that are using the same system. So it's kind of like you find, Bill the trader, and you like his experience and the returns he's gotten. So for $15 a month or $20 a month, you can basically follow his trades. And so if he trades 10% of his portfolio in Bitcoin, then you do a similar trade automatically. And so they charge at Crypto Hopper. You have the monthly fee, and then you can add like a subscription to these different traders to get their signals to trade that way. So that seems like a smoother way to do it, to try to come up with all the algorithms and why you trade here and there is probably complicated unless you've been trading yourself, for a while. This Haspot, I didn't dig into that one too much, or the 3 Comas. But that's kind of their the fees that they charge, just to kind of get an idea. Andy, have you used any of those bots at all, or do you kind of do it yourself?
I definitely manually trade myself.
Okay.
I never looked into the bots. I just definitely love trading manually.
Okay. And are you looking to get kind of in and out, in a day, a few days, or a little longer?
I pretty much swing trade it. I look at the daily and the weekly as my guide for entries and exits.
Okay.
And if I feel risky, I'll do a couple of day trades every now and then, but it's not every day.
Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry. Where was I going on that? The bots, I had heard about them years ago, and back in 2017, it seemed like everything was new and new stuff was coming out all the time, and so I'd heard about them, and I didn't really think about them because I wasn't actively trading, and just didn't know about them. But somebody asked about them at one of our meetings back when we were meeting in person, probably a year and a half ago now, beginning of 19, something like that. And so I looked into them, and I was like, wow, there's a whole little industry doing all these bots and that kind of thing. So obviously the demand was there for that. And so, but the crypto hoppers, they seem to really have their act together as far as that goes. And then these other ones, I call them here BTC spinners, where they're talking about, earn 2% a day, send us your Bitcoin, and, earn this kind of return. And I remember, yeah, you see you're laughing, and I'm like, yeah, that's, crazy.
BitConnect.
Yeah. And so I remember seeing those back in 2017 and 18. And I'm in my mind, I'm like, well, that's crazy. I know it's a fake or a scam or whatever, but after talking to people that were new to Bitcoin, and this, I probably realized this a year and a half ago as well, is that they set up a wallet, they transferred some money, and then they were like, okay, now what do I do? And so they thought that what you were supposed to do is get on one of these Bitcoin spinners or whatever they call them to earn this, because that was just part of it. And I'm like, no, don't do that. This is like that's the equivalent of opening a bank account and then going to Las Vegas and using your debit coin, to bet on Red 29 or whatever. I'm like, no, that's a whole separate thing. Just set up your wallet, get it on an exchange, and then you can do whatever you can from there. So, just anything where they want you to send your funds to them and they guarantee this thing, or they're hyping all this, definitely don't do it, or be very, very cautious, because these are the ones where they can just up and skip the country, skip the world, skip the island, and there's you're not getting your money back.
Nope.
So then this last one here is a trading system that actually Glory had turned me on to. And Glory, I don't know if I'd ever told you this, but I know I've told other people. When you told me about this system and how it worked, I thought it was one of these Bitcoin spinner things.
Yeah.
So my goal that day was to hopefully not let you get into one of these Bitcoin spinner things. But when I saw how they work, I was like, oh my gosh, this actually makes sense and is a good, safe way to do it. So what these guys do is it's a subscription, and they send you the signals, and it's an app on your phone, and you can just click on it to get the signal if you want to trade. And then they automatically sell when it's time to sell, that kind of thing. And then they just added something recently in the last month or so to automatically take the trades if you're...
I'm on a crypto conference call thing.
Oh, hold on. We're going to mute David here. I'm not sure what he's going to do. Hey, David. Oh, there.
Yeah, I'm here. What's up?
Okay. Oh, no, I didn't know if you were muted or unmuted. I was just unmuting you for a second.
I'm going back and forth, yeah.
Okay, no worries. Yeah, anyway, so these this other trading system added the automatic purchasing, so you don't have to be up at 2 o'clock when this trade signal comes in and that kind of thing. There's so like I said, Glory and I are using that, and there's on Monday there's a Zoom meeting on that if you guys are interested in getting more about that. I'll actually put a link here in the what do we call it? The chat box here shortly on that. Actually, let me do it real quick.
Yeah, I also do that along with Brad and Gloria.
Oh yeah.
It is a good system, but there's no perfect system, so they did kind of get caught on the, that recent downturn, which kind of set them back a little bit on their kind of trade win percentage. But in general, the system works pretty good.
It's all right. I'm just gonna paste this into the chat here. Yeah, if you guys want to join in on Monday, you can do that. Check out the website for more. All right, back to our screen here.
Can I just say something, Brad?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I had purchased Bitcoin and Ethereum and all these little ones last January, and it was, and I figured I'll just buy it, get in it, and hold it long term, and wait for it to go up. And then my friends told me about this One Click, so I trust them totally. So I just joined, and that's when I had mentioned it to you. But I figured I might as well start making a percentage on the crypto I have every day, whether it's 1% or 5% or whatever, you know, instead of just letting it sit there. And so far, it's worked out just great.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's such an easy system that it's really a no-brainer. It's just so easy.
Yeah, and I think I was glad to see the way that they did it. And so they use APIs to tie into your Bittrex or Kraken account, that kind of thing. But they they don't have access to your funds. They can trade your funds, but they can't withdraw them or do anything. So kind of a good mix there. So yeah, trading cryptos here is can be day trading or long-term trading, swing trading, that kind of thing. Any other comments on the trading side of it, guys?
Yeah. Has anybody seen the recent commercials for I think it's called Toro trading company? It's like Alec Baldwin's in the commercials. They're like on YouTube.
I think it's eToro, like the
eToro, yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I signed up for that, and I was amazed that you can't actually transfer cryptos to it. So it's basically just a paper trading kind of a thing, because you have to send dollars to it, and then you can buy Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all that, but you're not actually getting cryptos. So it lost a lot of credibility to me that way.
I looked at like their fee structure, and it looked like really high. It was like 3% per transaction or something crazy.
Oh wow!
You know what I mean? So I was like, whoa! I was like, that seemed like an outrageous, like highly, if you add that up, if you're doing a bunch of trades, I don't see how you could make money on it. That's insane.
That's crazy. That's got to be just set up for people that just want to get into it and think that they have Bitcoin. But Andy, have you done anything with eToro or even seen that? It seems crazy to me that how can it be changing crypto when you can't send crypto to it?
If you can't take possession of your coins, I'm definitely not interested in those type of exchanges.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a Robinhood. I stay away from that.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be a decentralized exchange, but at least, Bittrex, you sell your Bitcoin, you can transfer it back to your Trezor or whatever wallet. But
right.
I created the account, and then I'm in there clicking around, looking around, and I'm like, how do I transfer funds? Because that was the next thing you normally would do.
Get your Bitcoin out.
Yeah. And so I didn't even end up sending any money, because I just created the account. I thought I was going to send them Bitcoin and then trade or whatever. But yeah, I was like, okay, that's a joke. So
can you use leverage on eToro?
Oh, that's probably what they're trying to do, get you sucked in that way.
Are you able to leverage trade on eToro?
Oh, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. I know that's hurting some of the Robinhood people with the options and stuff. They're like, how can I lose more than I put in? Leverage. Yay.
Yeah. If you know how to trade, it's definitely nice if you know how to trade using margin or leverage.
So which exchanges do you use?
I used to use BitMEX, but I was extreme leverage, 100x leverage, 25x leverage, depending on how risky I wanted to get into it. But now it's impossible to trade on BitMEX.
Okay, just because the KYC and stuff.
Right. As of
the
the 28th of August, it was KYC.
Okay, yeah, that's been nuts. Because I used to use Poloniex and like their system, and then they did the same thing, and then Binance, and then now there's Binance.us.
Right.
But it seems like they don't have that many coins on Binance.
Yeah, they don't allow you to leverage trade on Binance US.
Okay.
And of course, anything that the US does not like, you can't trade it on Binance for US.
Yeah, is that why they're so limited on the coins?
Right. because they need regulation on those specific coins.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Because there was one coin, I forget what it is now, but it was only on Binance.us. I forget what it was, but I was surprised to see that because that seemed totally backwards. You know, if a coin was going to be only on one exchange, I didn't think it would be them, because I can't see too many people out of the country using Binance.us because it's so limited. So that limited that coin's accessibility. So who knows? Okay, cool. Anthony, what are your thoughts, or have you run across any of these other exchanges or bots and that kind of
No,
stuff?
the bots are definitely not a thing anymore when it comes to like the equity markets, just because they are not, I don't want to step on any toes, but they're kind of just not scammy, but like trading signals and stuff like that hasn't worked since like the 1980s. Generally speaking, the only quantitative funds that do extraordinarily well are like Rentec and like Jane Street or Citadel, and those are market makers. But anything quantitative based, if you actually want to generate return, or not necessarily even guaranteed return, would just be through like relationship based arbitrage events. It wouldn't necessarily be like buy here, sell here. That's kind of that's been like regulated away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. All righty. Hey, Christian, I know you mentioned in chat, I don't know if you guys saw this, you were starting to look at that 3 commas or comas or whatever it was called. What's your experience been with that, or how did that look?
Excuse me. Hi, my name's Christian. I'm actually really new to trading. And 3 commas, it's only been like a few days that I've been digging in, but I'm new enough as to where all I know really is Binance. I just downloaded BitMEX and Bybit. But anyways, 3 commas lets you put stop limits and take profits on my Binance trades. So it helps me to sleep better at night. Other than that, I don't have anything else to compare it to. I don't know if it's good compared to Crypto Hopper. I'm just hearing about that now. So.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's what the goal of the meeting is, to share the information. There's so much going on in the crypto space that one person literally can't keep up with all of it. So that's kind of the whole point of meeting and sharing ideas and that kind of thing. So could you not put a limit order on, you're using Binance.us?
Yeah, actually, you can do the stop limit on Binance, but not the, what's the other one called? I forget the difference, honestly. You would know more than I probably.
That's okay. Yeah. I mean, these new things come out all the time. So that's why I asked the questions, because I'm trying to learn as well on that.
Yeah, it's, Binance gives you a stop limit, and 3 commas gives you a stop loss and the trailing stop loss as well. So it actually follows the trend line. So that's pretty handy.
Okay. And have you found it easy enough to set up and use the 3Com?
Yeah, it is relatively easy. I mean, I'm new to all the terms in general, so I'm still trying to figure those out, but it's a pretty simple interface and layout. So yeah, I'd say it's pretty easy.
Okay, good. Yeah, when I started looking at these bots, it was like, oh my gosh, this is pretty complex, and it seemed pretty challenging to, for even an advanced person to sit down and just put in everything they needed to use it to, actually be able to use it, kind of thing. So appreciate the feedback. Cool. Okay. Any other questions, comments you guys have? Put up here, this is kind of what I'm doing. I kind of decided to stop hodling. I've been doing that for a while. And like Gloria was saying, as long as I have the cryptos sitting there, I might as well do something with them. So I've been trading manually kind of, let's see, Tezos, Bat a little bit, and then Theta. Theta is kind of my long-term dark horse, but I figure as long as I'm sitting, I might as well trade, kind of swing trade back and forth on that. And then I've been doing a little bit of the trading with the one click, and just to kind of balance the two. And like Andy, I think I like the manually doing it because I feel more involved and it's, you know, a little more
Right.
interesting that way. But the other one is like, whoa, this is so easy and simple. So when folks
Set
that
up
aren't
the setup.
into it, I think it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So what's your style of trading? What do you use as far as indicators and
I don't get that technical. I kind of developed a strategy back, oh, it's probably 10 years ago. And I was when Ford stock was real low, but it was very active. It was like $3. So I figured if it's $3 today and it goes down to 275, I'll buy some. And then when that 275, that position goes up to 325, I'll trade it, I'll sell it. And basically just as it goes up and down, I'll take advantages of those up and downs. But I'm a long-term bull on that position. So I think it's going to go up. I'm not just like picking things out of the air. So like Theta is a good example of that on the crypto side. But instead of just buying it now and sitting on it for 2 years, I figure I might as well take advantage of those, ups and downs type of thing. So I don't know how you'd label that, but that's my own version.
that's your strategy?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anything I should be doing better?
I
Different?
like to use Tom DeMark TD sequential. I like to use the moving averages as well. Stop and reverse, RSI, money flow, all those crammed in, basically.
Okay.
I like the 20, 50, and the 200 moving average. On the
Okay.
weekly, the 20 weekly definitely is a good entry on a bull run, and my stop would be below the 20. If it drops below the 20, that'd be a danger zone for me to get out. And definitely the 200 on the weekly is sell everything, buy the dip. It's always been a great entry, the 200 weekly. If you look at the chart, every 200 weekly was buy the dip, sell everything, buy the dip.
Okay. Okay.
Definitely look at that chart. You can trail it back to 2011 on the BLX chart, and you'll see
Wow.
the 200 moving average is the greatest entry.
Okay. It seems cryptos wouldn't follow these technicals as much as the stock, S&P 500 and the stock, individual stocks, that kind of thing. But I guess people are buying and selling them, so that's what's moving them.
Right.
Opposed to,
It's definitely the whales moving.
yeah.
Price extremely.
Yeah. Yeah. David, do you have any other strategies you're using? I know you're kind of doing both as well. Or actually, Andy, do you do stocks at all, or all in cryptos?
I used to do pharmaceutical stocks. Once I heard about Bitcoin, it just pretty much it drove me into the into the crypto world, and I forgot about. I keep my eye on it. I have Tesla on my watch list.
Okay.
What do I got? I got GBTC.
Oh yeah.
I got that one. What else? I got gold, silver, ETFs. I definitely I keep my eye on. I definitely keep my eye on gold and silver. And
Okay.
what's another one? I'd have to look at my watch list as far as traditional markets go. Palladium as well. Amazon, of course.
Yeah.
And Riot blockchain. That's one trading on the NASDAQ. And that's got some volatility to it. And that's pretty much on traditional.
Okay. David, are you
Yeah.
doing more on the stock side or the cryptos?
Yeah, I have a lot more of my money in the general stock market. I'm probably only about 10, 20, maybe like 15% of my investment is in crypto. I kind of, it's just a little bit easier to understand for me to like why stuff goes up and down more in the stock market. Like for
Yeah.
crypto, I just kind of like, I don't know why it's going up or down. I just look at the charts. I check every chart I can. I'll look at like the 1 hour, the 6 hour, the 24 hour, the week, the month, the 6 month. And like, I kind of just look at them like I do stock charts and like which ones have better trends. And I haven't been as much like kind of day trading crypto. I'm more of like, I try to just pick like, several of the ones I like the best and kind of just put my money kind of divided evenly between those. And like the market's been kind of down. Like, so I guess September is always a down month for stocks. I guess it's for crypto too, for some of them. So it's kind of been down a little bit more this month. The last couple of weeks have been kind of rough, but I mean, everything's going to have dips. It's going to go up and down. So I'm just trying to like reevaluate, weekly and then monthly and kind of like, okay, this one hasn't been doing good. Let's move off that, try to move into another one. But I wouldn't be opposed to trying to shift strategies and doing more of like a day trading strategy like I am with the stocks. Cause like I watch those really close and I'll buy and then I'll put a kind of a tight stop limit on it. So if it starts dropping, it'll sell and I won't lose a bunch. Cause I got undisciplined last week because the tech stocks were just absolutely blowing up. I made so much money like Monday and Tuesday last week. It was like insane. And I was like, oh, I was riding high and then like everything crashed over the last like week and a half. I was like, oh, that's what I get for not having my tight stop sell orders on. So, and in general, I'm still really up high on the year, but I would, if I had those tight stop sell orders on, I would have absolutely been like rolling in it the last couple of weeks. But it reminds me, always stay disciplined, kind of don't get lazy and kind of just
Don't
let
get
stuff
emotional.
run.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, don't get comfortable. You know what I mean? You always be ready for it to drop,
Mhm.
So what are your indicators, David, as far as getting out of the market?
Well, basically for like, you mean for stocks basically?
Right. What's your exit? If you do have an exit target, what do you?
I kind of watch, I look at all the different financial kind of news, and really I just kind of like, I don't have like a specific like percentage or anything. Like I just kind of move up I used to do like a trailing stop order where like if it dropped like 5%, it would auto sell. But then if a stock moves really far, like overnight, it doesn't really catch that as well. So I just kind of do like let's say a stock is worth I buy it at like 100 because I think it's going up. You know what I mean? As soon as it starts going up, then I'll put in a sell order at 103 if it's up at 105. So like I'll catch a little bit of that profit if it drops back down. Hopefully it keeps going up, but all the tech stocks have just been going up so fast lately that, it was working really good. All those big tech names, like Tesla's wild swings up and down,
Right.
like NVIDIA, Microsoft, Zoom Media I made so much money off of Zoom. That one's done really good. DocuSign. There's like almost like every damn tech stock has been doing good. I mean, you just look at the ones that have gone up a lot the last month or so, and right now it's kind of a downtrend. Everyone's selling off. The whole market's kind of like in a down. At least the tech stocks, but really the whole market in general, all across the board, is pretty much down the last week or so. I guess September, for whatever reason, is always a down month. It's usually on average down like 5% for the month. I don't know why that is, but I guess it's holding true this year. Everyone's just taking profits and selling, I guess. So.
Cool.
Anthony, a quick question on like gold and silver. We talk about sometimes that crypto is the new precious metal, that kind of thing. Where is gold and silver these days in your portfolio, or what you recommend, or what are you thinking of gold and silver these days?
I have a strong opinion on this. Yeah, so the Fed, or the Federal Reserve, came out and said that they're going to allow inflation and essentially to run off past the 2% target, solely because the past decade or so we haven't met that 2% target. Inflation has been pretty steady at around like 1.3 to 1.9. So once J-Powell came out and said, hey, we're going to keep interest rates at 0 until all the way through 2021, we're going to allow inflation to run and the economy get hot, that pretty much put everybody into gold. But thankfully, a lot of my portfolios for my clients, and then a lot of the portfolios that we use for institutional clients do have gold incorporated into it, solely because if you allocate a very small portion, it doesn't necessarily affect your portfolio as bad as many people would think it would. If you look on a risk basis over time, generally when the markets are generally there's like 4 stages in a market, and then one stage gold acts the best, and we're in that stage is where we're allowing inflation to run. So it's helped really well. A lot of people have been talking about it if it's gotten overextended to a degree. I wouldn't say like buy gold now, but just given the Fed policy, having a small portion in gold, if it'd be 5% of your portfolio, is always a good thing.
Okay. And how are you putting people into gold? Is like the ETFs or the mining stocks?
Yeah, no, solely ETFs.
Okay.
Just low cost ETFs. I believe iShares Gold Trust. I believe the expense ratio is 7 basis points or 5 basis points, if I'm not mistaken. But that's as close to 0 as you'll get, thankfully. So I use that.
What are the ticker symbols for those ETFs?
I believe IAU is the iShares, and then the most traded, the most active, I believe, is GLD.
Yeah, and SLV for the silver.
Yeah. So IAU is the iShares. That one has the lowest expense ratio that I've used for clients.
I used to like trading JNUG and JDST with the 3x leverage, I think it is.
You got to be careful with the leverage.
Yeah.
It's not actual perfect leverage.
Yeah, it's you get in and out of those, of course. But you don't buy and hold those.
Yeah, they're never meant to hold for
definitely.
more than intraday,
right.
realistically.
Holy cow. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I got a little bit of the GDX one. I think that's a mutual fund that does gold.
The GDX that's the mining, isn't it? The bigger miners?
And maybe it is. I can't remember.
And then GDXJ is the junior mining. And then, yeah, I think if that's what I remember correctly.
So I got a question for Anthony.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on palladium?
I'm familiar with it. I know it had a huge run up, but I personally haven't touched it whatsoever. So can't give you a valid opinion on it.
Cool.
Hey, Brad, have you heard about the new grayscale like stock funds that basically mirror certain crypto coins? Have you heard about those?
No.
They're actually
right?
I can't remember the symbols, but the company's called Grayscale, and they have like
that's
a fund for Bitcoin, one for Ethereum.
GBTC. It's I think his name is Barry Silbert. He runs that, definitely.
I haven't really I just kind of saw that they existed. I haven't really followed how they've done, but I'm guessing they're, if they follow the Bitcoin and Ethereum, they've been down the last few weeks. So
yeah,
I'm guessing those stocks will be down.
Each share of GBTC is 0.01 or 0.001 of a Bitcoin, and that's the way they value each share. I think
kind of like an ETF for the cryptos.
Right, kind of, sort of. It's a trust fund, I guess. What they call it?
No, they do have one fund that's it's like a mix of like the top 4 or 5.
Right,
kind of
like
coins.
A blend, like a basket of
a blend, yeah. But the rest are just kind of single coin funds. So it's kind of like a way for people to buy crypto without actually having to get into like a crypto trading platform.
Yeah, they could do it in their IRA or that kind of thing. Yeah.
Right. They have an Ethereum one as well and a Litecoin.
Yeah.
Ethereum is ETHE. That's the Ethereum. ticker symbol for Grayscale.
Cool. Yeah, good heads up, David. Thanks for that. Christian, any other questions we can answer or things that have come up?
I mean, personally, I am kind of curious about Crypto Hopper as well as your one-touch trading, crypto trades, one click.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've got my email and phone number there on the screen, and that super easy crypto trading is a site I finally put together after all these years of the meetings and stuff. I finally like, okay, I'm going to put, here's a good video on how to set up a wallet and these kind of things. So that's kind of what that site's for. But did you see the link in the chat there for the meeting on Monday? I can also email that to you if you want to text me or email me. I can send you the link that way too.
Yeah, I grabbed that link. I have it now.
Cool.
Before we go, I was curious, does anyone have any kind of like coins they're looking into buying and holding they think are looking kind of uptrend?
I do have one on my watch list. I'm debating if I should buy the IPO. It's called INX, and it's going to be a security and a digital coin as well. It will be traded on both platforms, traditional and crypto. And that's a lot of people are involved. Blockstream's involved. Barry Silbert, Alan Silbert, was it GBTC? We just talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of venture capitalists behind that. So I'm definitely going to have that on my watch list, and I'm debating if I should actually get into the IPO today.
Is the IPO is literally today? So you're saying?
No, not today. It's been available for a while.
Okay.
But as of Monday, you'll be able to buy it with crypto. If you want to do the KYC AML, if you want to get verified, basically.
And what are they doing? Or what's their, what kind of project are they doing?
It's going to be a trading platform.
Oh, okay.
With derivatives, digital assets, and traditional as well. You'll be able to trade both.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, and it's at 90 cents per share or digital asset token, whatever you want to call it. And at the minimum is $1,000 to get in.
Interesting.
And, yeah, it's general public, of course, and accredited investors.
And it's based in the U.S.?
Yes, it's the first security exchange regulated digital asset that'll be traded on the NASDAQ.
Okay. Yeah, and Coinbase is supposed to go public. There's been kind of rumors
Right.
about that.
Yeah, that's going to be a good IPO to get into.
Yeah.
Of course, to trade it, definitely to trade it.
Yeah.
That'll definitely be an IPO that I will try and get in. I don't know if they'll allow me to.
Yeah. Have you heard any on the timing? It sounded like they're maybe trying to get it by the end of the year.
I don't know exactly when the date is, but that's definitely something to watch for.
Okay.
Because that's going to bring a lot of volatility. I think it's going to go up, it's going to go down, it's going to go crazy. That definitely the Coinbase IPO is going to go nuts.
Yeah, they're the big player, so it
Yeah.
should be interesting. Good. All right, Gloria, any other questions, comments you had? We'll make sure we get everybody in here. Anything they had on their mind? Sounds like something's on in the background. All right, guys. Well, thanks for attending, and keep an eye on the meetup site for the next meeting. I see we're in November, so we'll probably do it the Saturday after the election, because before the election, who knows what's going to be going on. Oh, no, that's in November. We got October. So somewhere around the second week of October on the Saturday, we'll do that again. So good. I will see you then. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out on the message on Meetup or email or phone on here. Have a great day, everyone.
Thanks.